Hello fellas, and welcome back to Love Ribbon. In the last episode, Zoe and Iris got a little frisky with each other in the middle of school for some reason, as if that's an appropriate place. However, after all that, we are back at the school gates, it seems. I think I'm assuming it's like a little later on, so we'll continue and we'll see what happens. Days continue to pass as Zoe and I become more intimate and daring. As I was just saying, what started as playful flirting quickly developed into public displays of affection, and even cheeky moments at school. Oh, they're still going at it. Though we're careful not to get caught by any teachers, you're gonna have to be. We consistently teeter on the edge, taking stupid risks at as our hormones take over. Teenagers. You know, even if you did forget, I don't think anybody would notice. Okay then. Not a chance. There's no way that's true. Sure it is. I've forgotten them before. Okay then. As long as you act natural, it's not particularly windy, there's really nothing to worry about. Okay. What they're on about? I guess, but wouldn't it feel weird? I don't think I'll be able to keep calm at all. Okay. That's another statement. What they on about? I can see now. Iris with a bright red face, tightly clutching her skirt on the verge of tears. Are they on about their underwear? It wouldn't be that bad. What about you? You said you forgot to wear your pants to school. I was correct. I knew it before. But there's no way you were as composed as you claim. Sure I was. Nobody had a clue. Okay then. Well, except for this one teacher who was peeking at my skirt from the bottom of the staircase. God. I got all A's in his classes for the rest of the semester. God, Jesus. This isn't to love, Ray. Please, Jesus. Zoe, you didn't. Calm down, Iris. Of course I didn't. Oh, thank God for that. Come on now. You know I wouldn't be that careless. Yeah. And if I did catch a teacher peeking at my skirt, there's no way I'd let him live. Yeah, that sounds a bit more Zoe-like. That's true. It is true. I was serious about forgetting once or twice, though. It was pretty breezy, and I was kind of worried for the first time, but otherwise, it wasn't that bad. You should try it sometime. I don't think it's something you willingly try. I'm sure you get a kick out of it. Really? Not in your life. No. I only brought up the topic because it's one of my biggest fears. Okay then. And you thought revealing your fears to me would be a good idea. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Don't reveal things like that to Zoe. Watch your back, Iris. One of these days I'm definitely going to make you get a school commando. Just you tried. There's no way I'll let it happen. Okay then. I wouldn't be so sure about that. The next time you go to the toilet, don't be surprised if a hand reaches under the partition and steals your underwear. Okay? She's an absolute tease, she is. Oh my God, Zoe, stop it. That's way too creepy, even for you. That's kind of creepy. Oh, lighten up. You can't really be that scared of it happening. Okay. Besides, if you did forget, it's not like there wouldn't be a silver lining. How would there be a silver lining in that? While my gaze is focused on Zoe's face, I feel a soft, warm sensation run up my thigh. Okay. I look down to see Zoe's arm. She's discreetly slipping her hand under my skirt, and it's now stroking my thigh. Oh my God, these girls don't stop. Zoe, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Zoe moves her hand upwards, then removes her hand from my body. But before I can breathe a sigh of relief, Zoe's hand reappears closer to the top of my skirt, then quickly slips under the waistline of my panties. Oh my God! Without a moment's hesitation, she grabs hold of my bare cheek, smirking playfully. As she does, my God. She's way too thirsty. Zoe, you can't. Not here. No, not out on the front fricking gates, for Christ's sake. Not here, you say? Then where? Where would you like to continue? Oh God. I lowered my head ashamedly, and glanced towards the seldom used building towards the edge of the school. Oh my God, really? As you wish. Zoe removes her hand from under my skirt and moves it to my waist. Like that, we begin to walk side by side as Zoe keeps her arm wrapped in my... Oh, they're always at it. I don't think they've ever not been at it. It's just ridiculous the amount of times they can try and something. I look down at Zoe's arm and begin to fret. Lately, our little games have become rather extreme. Oh really? You've only just figured that out? We've always stopped short of actually having sex. Yeah, I'm hoping so. But I still head back to class from our lust-filled encounters aroused and flushed. Oh, my life. This isn't a bit too obvious. What will we do if someone sees us? It'll be fine. No one's going to. Professor Iris. Oh God. Here comes the professor. Before Zoe can finish speaking, a stern, authoritative voice calls out to me from behind. Zoe and I turn around in a panic, quickly separating from one another and straightening up. Ooh. Professor Podbert? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. Why are you heading towards the old science building? You know that area is off limits. Oh, I was just taking Zoe there to make sure she knows that it's a restricted area. Okay, I don't think he buys that. Is that so? The professor raises an eyebrow as he glances towards Zoe. Zoe mimics his expression without saying a word, and after a peculiar silent exchange, his attention is turned towards me once more. Oh, fair enough. He doesn't believe that. More importantly, where were you yesterday? I didn't see you in class. Oh, right. Yeah, let me skip in a little bit. Yesterday, I'd skipped school with Zoe in order to have fun around town. That sounds likely. I thought nobody would notice. They have registers. They're going to notice. How can you not think that through? Since it was only a single day off, but apparently my present was missed after all. Who'd have thought? I was in bed. I was too sick to come to school. Zoe also stayed home in order to take care of me. I look towards Zoe and smile. She offers an expression halfway between a smile and a smirk, as though she has tried not to chuckle at my excuse. I don't think he buys that. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think he's buying it. It's fortunate that you have a reliable younger sister, I suppose. Yes, it is. I'm very grateful to have Zoe by my side. I answer with a little too much enthusiasm, causing Zoe to blush lightly and turn away. But no sooner had I spoken up than I realised something odd. Wait a minute. Professor, do you know Zoe? Oh, I bet he does. It seems like the two of you hadn't met before, but given that you knew she was my younger sister, I have to ask. Astute observation, Iris. I suppose I should have expected as much from a scholarship student. Yes, I know about Zoe. I was one of the teachers who reviewed your scholarship application after all, Iris. Ooh, so he's basically the reason why she's got in. I know all about your family situation, just as know how badly you want your scholarship. Ooh. The professor's expression shifts, and his tone darkens. I feel as though he was about to say something very serious. Ooh. Iris, you weren't sick yesterday, were you? Ah, told you, I knew he wouldn't mind it. Huh? Of course I was. Like I said, Zoe and I were ditching class again. Nah, you knew it. I've been keeping an eye on you lately, Iris. Do you know why? It's because your grades and late exam scores have both been slipping badly. Oh wow. Don't flunk on your tests, fellas. I was worried that something might be going on at home. I thought you might be having financial trouble, or having housing problems, so I dug a bit deeper. It's a little stalkerish, but I found no such difficulties. Instead, I uncovered an interesting correlation. Every single time you disappeared from class or skipped school, your sister did the same. Yeah, it's an unusual sort of coincidence. I looked towards Zoe anxiously. Like me, Zoe is wearing a troubled expression. Unlike her usual stoic self, Zoe let out what she was feeling so clearly. She knew exactly where the professor was going. To be perfectly straight with you, Iris, you are dangerously close to losing your scholarship. Not only that, but until recently, you were our top candidate for sponsored admission to Lilium. A free ride into a fantastic college, which we only offer to a single student each year. Yeah, it's not something you can be flunking on. Now, mere months before the decision, you're goofing off with that delinquent sister of yours. You're going to lose everything you've worked so hard to accomplish, all because of her bad influence. My face continues to heat up as I fight back tears. All of the coincidences that I had initially feared, all of those repercussions I had chosen to ignore, every bad thing that could happen to me is now surfacing. Yeah, flunking around and sort of ditching classes is not a good way to go about things, especially if you're like a high quality student. They're gonna find out. My scholarship, the one I had almost earned, and the one I'm aiming for, is being taken away from me. My only chance at having a top class education, something I've worked so hard to earn with my own two hands, is being ripped away. Even so, my mind remains focused. Amid all the warnings, there was one thing the professor said that I can't agree with. Don't blame her. It was my decision to skip class. It's not like Zoe forced me or anything. I did it for myself, okay? So it's not like she's the one at fault. There is that, I will give her that. With tears forming in my eyes, I barely managed to squeeze out those words. Zoe looks towards me with a solemn expression, fearful that anything she says will only make the situation worse. I'm trying to keep her quiet because she just tends to spite a load of stuff that doesn't exactly help all the time. No matter how strong and independent Zoe usually is, right now she's powerless, yeah. Look, I understand that you two have some catching up to do. Family is important. It's natural that the two of you will want to spend time together and get to know one another. Yeah, a bit more than you realise. Especially you, Iris. You have a very diligent, sincere personality. I have no doubt that you've only been led astray because of your deep love for your family. That is why I've spoken to the school board on your behalf. Who? You have? I have indeed. For an honest student like yourself, it was the least I could do. I argued that your record was perfect until you were influenced by another party. That's not something that would be classified as an influence in that sense. After much deliberation, they have agreed to let you retake your last test and prove that you deserve the opportunities you've been afforded. Retest? Don't go thinking that this will happen again. The school never does this. There are many other students that would kill to be in your place, Iris. Yeah, schools don't let you retake tests, especially when it comes to like your final ones. They never do it. Ever. You will take the makeup test privately and you will be watched closely while you do. There will be no distractions and no possibility of cheating. Have I made myself clear? Yes, Professor Podbert. Perfectly clear, sir. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Make sure you ace the retest, okay? The school board and I will both look foolish if you squander this rare opportunity. and I don't want to hear another word about you ditching class or getting poor test results. It really stuck up my neck out for you to do this, you know. Yeah, schools don't let you take retest. If you get the privilege of having a retest, you ace it, because they don't get. Normally, you have to repay for them for a retest. So yeah, make sure you're doing them to your best ability. Yes, sir. I won't let you down. My enthusiasm brings a smile back to Professor Podbert's face. He has said everything that he intended to, and my answer is exactly what he wanted to hear. But just as his expression begins to soften, the Professor turns towards Zoe. And as for you, be grateful that you're even allowed on campus. After all your antics, both before and after your entrance into this school, I'm amazed you're still here. If it were up to me, you would have been expelled, and Iris would complete her studies without you hindering her. Yeah, they live in the same house. I don't think she wouldn't have been hindered. You're a scrounge upon your own sister, and you're the sole cause of a precarious situation. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay. Zoe grits her teeth. It takes every ounce of her willpower not to respond to the Professor's harsh words. Fine. If that's how it is, I'll go. I'll see you later, Iris. Zoe, wait! I reach out towards Zoe as she turns away. Zoe quickly storms off, and the moment I try to chase after her, a vice-like grip holds me back. Let it go, Iris. But sir, we still need to discuss the details of your retest. Let your sister vent. Some time for self-reflection might just be what she needs. I don't think so. Not Iris. Shit. Stupid old man. Where does he get off acting like he knows everything about me? Bad influence, my ass. What's so bad about getting a job and having a little fun? Yeah, the thing is, he doesn't know you have a job. That's kind of the point behind that, I think. Mr. High and Mighty probably doesn't even know the meaning of the word fun. I know you're upset, but it's not nice to talk about someone like that. Iris? Zoe spins around in surprise as I suddenly address her. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be nerding it up with the Professor? I probably should, but right now I'd much rather be consoling my dear little sister. I smile at Zoe as she scoffs at my remark. Little sister, huh? I don't think anybody will ever guess which one of us is the older sibling. That's fine. If you want to be the older sister, I'll happily let you pamper me. I don't think it works like that. Careful. I might just take you up on that offer. Hey. But are you really sure you want a bad influence like me to be responsible for you? The smirk on Zoe's face disappears in an instant. She hangs her head and stares at me with a serious yet sullen expression. Even if I didn't like what that old man was saying, there was some truth to his words. I'm the one who kept pressuring you to skip school or ditch class with me. I'm the one inviting you out when you should be studying. If it weren't for me, don't you dare talk like that. Weren't you listening to me back there? I chose to skip class. I chose to go out instead of studying. Everything that's happened is my fault, not yours. And if I do lose my scholarship, that too will be my fault and mine alone. Though surprised by my response, Zoe quickly recovers and begins to frown. What's the deal with that anyway? That Lydium thing? It's a high scholarship. That was self-explanatory. The Lydium scholarship? It's just like the Professor said. It's a scholarship that will allow me to enter Lydium College. That was mostly self-evident. Not only that, I'd also be able to stay at their dorms free of charge, and I'd be practically guaranteed a job by the end of my education there. It's all well and dandy if you know what you want to do, but if you're Iris, it's a bit difficult because you don't know what the hell she wants. And that's something you want? It is. I don't usually talk about school stuff with you, since you find it boring, but getting a scholarship like that would be the dream come true. Yeah, I suppose it would be, yeah. I can't tell you how many hours of sleep I've lost because I've been writing essays or studying ahead or engaging in extracurricular activities. After all of the work I've put in, receiving a scholarship like that would be a dream come true. As you said? Wow, I didn't realise it was such a big deal. Well, scholarships don't tend to be a little thing. You're getting scholarships, you gotta know some stuff to be able to get some kind of scholarship like that. As you know, academics aren't really my thing. Even if I do alright in some subjects, I honestly couldn't care less. I noticed. I don't mean to say you're wasting time or anything, but to me, it all just seems pointless. I thought you might see it that way, but that's okay. I know you aren't keen on school. If you'd rather be working than studying, I don't see a problem with that. It's fair enough. Thank you. At least you get it. I tried to tell our father that I didn't want to go to some fancy school, but he really was insistent. I think he felt guilty about never getting to know me, since we've only met a few times. He probably thought he could make amends by putting me on the right path, or some rubbish like that. You never really know the right path. You just got to do what you think is right. That sounds like our father, all right. Still, I'm surprised he managed to persuade you. You must have irritated your forcefulness from him, or inherited your forcefulness. I got it. I figured it out. Sadly, I think you're right. I told him that I wanted to make music, but he said he wanted me to finish school. That's when he got all on the bright idea of pairing us together. You make that sound like it's a bad thing. No, I didn't mean it like that. Of course, now I'm glad we're together. But at first, I wanted nothing to do with you. You were just a pampered little girl sent by a father to spy on me and make sure I wasn't up to anything. That sounds about lolly, actually. That's actually part of the reason why I was going out at night without telling you. I didn't want you reporting to our father that I was playing guitar instead of studying. But even after you found out, I couldn't help myself. I wanted to play so badly that I thought I'd go crazy. I suppose it is good to have like a passion like that, so they're both on their own path, and to be honest, they're both doing the right thing in their own eyes, despite what the professor or their father says. As far as I'm concerned, even if our father doesn't approve, I know what I want to do with my life, and for better or worse, I can keep on doing it, and that's the right mental attitude to go about it as well. Zoe seems strangely happy as she talks about her love for music. Despite the fact she's denigrating herself, Zoe's speaking in a calm and dignified manner. I don't think I've said that right, I'm not certain. She knows exactly what she's most passionate about, and she isn't ashamed to admit it. Realising that, I begin to feel like I'm the screw-up. As hard as I work towards my studies, the truth is that I don't know what I want to do when I graduate. I have no real goal at all, and that's kind of the problem. You always need something to strive towards, really. Compared to Zoe, who already knows what she wants to do with her life, I can't help but feel once more that she's more mature than her sisters. You know what, Zoe? The professor said that you're going down a bad path, but I don't think that's true. It's not really, no. You're working towards a clear goal, and you have the ambition to get there. You're serious, and you're taking real steps towards realising your dream. On the other hand, my path is so brittle that a single failed test completely derailed my life. Yeah, that's the way life goes. I stare at the sheet of paper in my hand. Before parting ways, the professor printed out the details of the makeup test which I would be participating in. Though thankful for my gesture, I'm now more nervous than ever as the remainder of my failure stares back at me. So those are the details of the retest, huh? Let me have a look. Rather than address my concerns, Zoe takes my hand in hers with a smile. For a brief moment our hands touch, and I feel a warmth transmitting into my body. It's a hand touch. People hold hands. A second later we separate, and Zoe has the paper in her hands. Let's see now. You've still got time. You can study up before then, no sweat. You're going to ace this test, Iris. I'll make sure of it. Zoe. Zoe flashes me with a smile, then returns her eyes to the sheet of paper. As she reads a little further, however, her expression quickly darkens. Hang on. What's with the timing of this test? Okay. Oh yeah, they can't do it during school hours, so it has to be after school. That's not a problem, is it? I've come home from school later than that before. Yeah, I don't think it's quite what she's after. Yeah, isn't the problem here. As I said. Zoe angrily shoves the sheet of paper in my face. Take another look at the time and try to figure out what has her so mad. See me draw a blank. Zoe points to the date of the test. Okay, what's wrong with that? You get it now? Shit. This can't seriously be happening right now. Okay, what's happening? Though I didn't see it immediately, the date and time do indeed pose a problem. The time of the test overlaps with Zoe's upcoming performance, her biggest to date, and also the most important. She had mentioned it several times already, ensuring that you wouldn't forget. I wouldn't forget. And whenever I assured her that I wouldn't miss it, her joy was obvious. Okay then. This sucks. I was really looking forward to your show too. But it can't be helped. I'll just have to go to the next one. I don't think she's going to be happy with that. It can't be helped? That's your conclusion? Arius, do you have any idea how important this show is to me? Or how badly I want you to come? This isn't just some event you can brush off like it's nothing. It's a huge deal to me, okay? No, I get that, but I really need to take this retest. My future could be riding this test, and I can't just blow it off. Sure you can. It's just one stupid test, right? No, this is one stupid test that's pretty much going to define her life. So, wouldn't you rather come and see your sister playing on a real stage, with tickets and everything? This could be my big break, and I want you to be there. No, it's more than that. I need you, Iris. Please. Zoe grabs my shoulders. Her voice is tight with desperation, and her grip is stronger than she realises. Truth be told, I want to be there for her, and if this wasn't such a tense situation, hearing Zoe say that she needed me there would have caused my heart to beat fiercely. I think I butchered that sentence a little bit. No, ignore it. But unfortunately, I can't afford to think like that right now. It's without a doubt an unfair decision to make. Nobody should ever have to choose between their future and their own family. But be that as it may, that's exactly what I must do. Will I redeem myself and pursue my own academic future, or will I support Zoe and help to achieve her dream? Oh, we have a mystical choice. So I'm going to save here, and I think we'll probably come back in the next episode to figure out what we should do. I have an idea of which one we should do, but I think, yeah, we'll wait till the next one for us to do that. So, in the meantime, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you like this episode, subscribe to see some more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!